Language and the brain. Language in the brain is a structure in anatomy. Language is a function of the structure of the human brain and the cerebral brain. Regions have been identified with linguistic capabilities. Major brain region area. This brain area was first discovered by Fiery Broca when he noticed specific speech impairments in the patient he was treating. Various studies of patients with chronic aphasia have played an important role understanding this affliction in relation to speech and language function. And so on will be continued to Ibnu.
The next is language and the brain. The corpus callosum is a bundle of neural fiber located beneath the cortex and the brain at longitudinal fissure. Contralateral processing means that any stimulation of the right motor cortex will induce a body part on the left side move. Conversely, stimulation of the left motor cortex makes the right side move. Ipsilateral processing is the opposite of contralateral processing and is any processing that occurs on the same side of the body.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noviyanti Tohari Putri. Now I want to talk about theories of language acquisition. Language acquisition is the process by which we are able to develop and learn a language. This generally includes speaking, listening, writing, and overall communication. The nativist theory suggests that we are born with genes that allow us to learn language. This language acquisition theory argues there is a theoretical device known as the language acquisition device (LID) that is somewhere in our brain, and this device is in charge of our learning a language the same way the hypothalamus, for example, is in charge of regulation or body temperature. This theory also suggests that there is a universal grammar that is shared across every language in the world because universal grammar is part of our genetic makeup. The social culture theory, also known as the interactionist approach, takes ideas from both biology and sociology to interpret our language acquisition. This language is dependent upon and emerges from social interaction. Essentially, the theory says that our environment when we grow has a heavy influence in how quickly and how well we learn to talk. Thank you.
The learning theory is a language acquisition theory that looks at language learning as learning a new skill, and that we learn language much in the same way that we learn how to count or how to tie shoes via repetition and reinforcement. When the kids grow older, they often are praised for speaking properly and corrected when they don't. However, this language acquisition theory, logical as it might be, fails to explain how new phrases and new words from science. It's all about repeating and mimicking what people hear from others. Milestone in motor and language development. Milestones are behavioral or physical checkpoints in children's development as they grow. All of our development milestones are validated by American Academy of Pediatrics findings. These are the core skills infants and toddlers should be reaching. Week by week and month by month, you can check in on baby's growth and development by following baby's milestones. Motor milestones. When will baby sit independently? When will baby start to crawl? Motor milestones track babies' gross motor skills in their core and upper body, and fine motor skills in their hands and feet. Sensory milestones. When will baby able to visually track objects? When will baby have a regular sleep schedule? Sensory milestones track the development of baby's 7 senses. Communication milestones. When will baby say their first words? When do toddlers begin responding to questions? These language milestones are the building blocks to baby's communication and social.
Motor milestone. When will baby sit independently? When will baby start to crawl? Motor milestones track baby gross motor skills, or in their core and upper body, and fine motor skills in their hand and feet. Sensory milestones. When will baby be able to visual track objects? When will baby have a regular sleep schedule? Sensory milestones track the development of baby's 7 senses. Communication milestones. When will babies say their first words? When do toddlers begin responding to questions? These language milestones are the building blocks to babies' communication and social skills.
Feeding milestone. When a baby ready for food venture? And how long should baby nurse for? This milestone help track when babies turn the pace of feeding. Remember, all of babies are very different. Milestone mark the months. Most babies start a certain behavior or ability based on baby's age, but exit timing will vary. If you have concern, request an appointment with a healthcare provider.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Puspa Nabila Shafa. Now I want to talk about language development. Babies' early years are some of the most important years for their development, which is why early detection and early intervention are so critical. Language development is important because we use language to communicate with other people. So we have to pay attention to the development of a child, especially those related to communication. A child whose speech isn't progressing should be checked by a doctor. Speech delays occur in up to 10% of young children. Causes include slow development, mental retardation, or it causes autism. What we can do for language development for children? So we can talk to them in simple words so that they can easily understand what we are saying. Invite them to read, for example, a storybook related to what they like so they have an interest in that activity. Or we can name all the objects in your child's environment in meaningful ways. Properly naming objects can help them identify the items in their own environment, even they cannot successfully pronounce. We can do activities like the ones I mentioned earlier, so that they recognize the word or thing they see so that it can train them to speak better.